Welcome back, and on COP27 Climate Change Conference, we're glad to be joined over the phone by Dr. Diaa Deen Qousy, climate environment expert. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Sir, why is Cairo holding extensive meetings ahead of the COP27, months ahead of the event?
Well, according to the international reports on climate change, specifically on the IPCC, the Intergovernment Committee for Climate Change, which includes actually 2,500 scientists from all over the world.
Yes.
Egypt is one of the countries which is very much vulnerable to the impacts of climate change.
Yes.
We have some problems with sea level rise and the inundation of the low-lying lands in the southern part of the delta. We have also some problems with the water coming from the upper Nile places. We have the impact of climate change will affect almost all the activities in Egypt.
Yes.
You name it: agriculture, industry, water resources, public health, housing, and demography. Almost all the activities in Egypt will be affected by climate change.
Yes. Dr. Qousy, how do you see Egypt's preparedness to hold the COP27 in the country with regards to local policies in the field of environment and renewable resources?
Egypt, I heard yesterday that there are some calls for proposals which Egypt can lay in front of the participants of the COP27.
Yeah. Yes.
Number one is the lowering or reduction of emissions, because this is a worldwide phenomenon, and unless we have good cooperation from the countries which are using all these quantities of fossil fuels, then the problem will not be solved.
Yes.
And in the COP26, they agreed actually to reduce the emissions by 2030, 2040, 2050, and 2070, and to reduce or even prevent the use of coal from the whole world. And more important, they agreed on providing a huge fund for the vulnerable countries like Egypt, who cannot actually accommodate the impacts of climate change, to be able scientifically, technically, and financially to cope with these changes.
Yeah. How do you see Egypt's preparedness to hold the COP27 in the country with regards to local policies in the field of environment and renewable resources?
Well, I believe that Egypt is one of the leading countries in this respect. We prepared our first, second, and third national communication reports, and we are now writing the fourth. We have an adaptation strategy until the year 2050. We have hundreds of research papers on what or how the effect and the impact of climate change is going to affect our activities from south to north and from east to west.
Yeah.
So Egypt, we have in Egypt, we are very much sort of advanced in this type of research. And I'm sure the Egyptians will produce and the COP27 will be a step forward, not only for Egypt but all over the world.
Yeah, Cairo signed a deal with the EU in April to reinforce cooperation regarding both liquefied natural gas and renewable energy produced green hydrogen supplies between Europe and Africa. How do you see this step?
This is very important, and again, if you look to Egypt now, the target is to provide the country with at least 20% of its energy as renewable energy, both solar and wind, by the year 2030. So we are working on this direction, but other countries also have to work. I heard yesterday that this year, which is the highest amount of cutting of trees from the Amazon.
Yeah.
And this is a catastrophe in itself. We need to, I like what the Saudis said the other day, that they are going to plant something like billions of trees in their country. Why? Their water resources are very slim in a way.
Yeah.
But to spread green cover all over the world is also very important.
Yes.
Using renewable energy is very important. To produce gas instead of fossil fuel, and especially the consumption of coal is very important. All these things are very important.
Mm-hmm. Sir, how are water issues in Africa related to climate change issues?
Well, the reports of the IPCC is that especially Ethiopia, because we get more than 80% of our water from the Ethiopian highlands. Mm-hmm. Reports from IPCC say that we'll have an increase in rainfall up to 2040, but
yes.
from 2040
Indeed.
to 2070, and from 2070 to 2100, there will be a significant reduction in rainfall.
Yes.
And we have to take care of this, because this is an important part of our natural resources of water to Egypt.
Yes. Sir, why is Africa the most affected continent with climate change, despite being the least contributor with pollution?
Well, this is one of our biggest problems, actually, and this is why we are calling the whole world to support the Africans, because we do not produce, we do not actually burn fossil fuel. I give an example with Egypt, which the consumption of Egypt of fuel is only 0.5% of the consumption of the whole world. But Egypt is going to be affected more than the United States, which burn something like 30 million barrels of fossil fuel every day.
Yes.
So, from the ethical point of view, the countries which are causing the problem, they should actually help both in technical assistance and in financial assistance the government which are not responsible for the phenomena.
Indeed.
And I'm sure we will focus on this in the COP27 in Sharm this year, inshallah.
Yes. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Dr. Diaa Deen Qousy, climate environment expert. Many thanks for your insights, sir. And dear viewers, that brings us to the end of this edition of Africa Today. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coming up here on Nile TV International.